Hi everybody. Hello, this is Lorelei. I am from Third Eye with Lorelei, and today I'm going to be doing a crystal class. We started this crystal class from the chakras, all based around the chakras, and today we are on the third eye, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys about the third eye chakra crystals because it is one of my favorites. I named my entire podcast after a third eye, not just because it sounded really cool with my spiritual name, but anyway, third eye. So we're going to be doing the crystals that are associated with healing, unblocking, and clearing and amplifying your third eye. So really excited to talk to you guys about that today. But first I wanted to open up with, we just got all these incredible singing bowls at the Wellness Center, and they happen to have a third eye singing bowl. So I wanted to open up with that. Just a few things. So third eye, the hertz that are associated with it in general, like there are lots of different hertz and solfeggio frequencies that you can utilize to open up your different chakras. For the third eye, in general, it is 852 or the note of A. So a lot of times you can just have a different hertz frequencies and they will work very well with your third eye. That can be a myriad of different ones. Like if you look on YouTube, you can find anything between like 260 to like over 1,000. But in general, like the most hertz frequencies that fall under the third eye are like generally between 852 hertz. Okay, so this is the note of A, and we're going to open up by playing it right now. Okay, it's lovely, isn't it? So as you notice, this bowl is a very deep blue purple color, or the color indigo, which is directly related to your third eye, which is right here, okay? Now, to note, your third eye is actually a physical organ in your body, which I think is fascinating, that, you know, every chakra is based on a type of organ system that's in your body. The third eye is a very, very small gland called the pineal gland, which isn't very super well known. Like if you study anatomy, which I've done lots of anatomy as being a nurse does, it's not like one of those ones that you get really hyped up about because it doesn't have like any super big thing that it does in accordance to like all the other ones. But in spirituality and in the practice that we do, it has a tremendous effect, and it also has a tremendous effect on your sleep cycles, your circadian rhythms. So that's your wake and your dreaming, your wake and your sleeping cycles, because it secretes melatonin. And melatonin is essential for us to feel tired when we go to sleep. And then it brings us through our sleep cycles and waking up and helps us to feel normal. It also helps with our hormone balances as well, especially if you're a woman. So also melatonin is extremely beneficial to you for, because what it does is it washes all of the fluid, the lymph fluid that's in your brain. And what that does is it decreases the amount of amyloid plaques that can cause Alzheimer's later on in life. So it's actually tremendously beneficial to have a good working pineal gland that has a good amount of melatonin that is working really well to secrete and give you good sleep-wake cycles. So it's good to have yourself be on a really good sleep. Sleep hygiene is really, really good to have yourself on, so you know you're not looking at blue screens right before you go to bed. You have an hour where you're either meditating or reading a book. having low light and you go to sleep around the same time every day, that generally will be really good sleep hygiene, and you will get the optimal amount of melatonin release from your pineal gland. Also, what can happen with your pineal gland is it can calcify. So you want to ensure that you're doing things like not taking in a whole truckload of fluoride, because fluoride is actually a very essential nutrient in your body, but sometimes we take in way too much, especially in our water systems and then also in our toothpaste. So you can actually get non-fluoridated toothpaste and you can still not have cavities, and that's totally a thing. So non-fluoridated toothpaste is really, really good to decreasing the amount of plaque that builds up on your pineal gland. And you can also get water filtration that can filter out some of the fluoride that's in our water. And you can also eat a little bit cleaner, more green leafy vegetables. You can also exercise is another one. And then also meditation, intuitive practice, like just listening to your intuition. And just overall taking care of your body can really help with decreasing that plaque. And then also I would have you check with your doctor before taking any supplementation, but Eye Bright is an incredible way to decrease the amount of plaque that's in your third eye, and also amplifies visions. Okay? All right. So I think I kind of gave you a little bit of like what your third eye is, or at least where it is in your body, and also a little interesting bit of information about your third eye and that pineal gland is that actually it looks like a pine cone, which I thought was really interesting. And just in the way that it reacts, it acts like an actual physical eye, like a third physical eye in your body, in the way that it behaves and such things like that in spirituality. So I thought that was really, really cool. Anyway, let's talk a little bit more about what that third eye does for us, okay? So I got this information from a myriad of different blog posts and a bunch of different books and things, and I kind of compiled it into a bunch of notes here that I'm going to talk to you guys about. So this, the third eye is also known as Anja in Sanskrit. It is the seat of intuition. This translation of the Sanskrit name includes perceive and beyond wisdom and command. Located in the center of the forehead, it acts as the individual's center of wisdom, consciousness, and higher consciousness. The third eye allows for clear thought, spiritual contemplation, and self-reflection. It is the highest chakra in the physical body, allowing it to provide visionary perspective. The third eye also helps to determine one's reality and beliefs based on what one chooses to see in the world. The third eye chakra primarily has to do with clairvoyance. As a result, the concept of the sixth sense, or the strong intuition, came from the sixth chakra, right? As the most perceptive part of the human body and spirit, it governs self-awareness, higher wisdom, visualization, clarity, discernment, imagination, and creative dreaming. That's a lot, you guys. That's a lot for one little chakra to do, right? Hi, welcome. When balanced and in alignment, the third eye chakra trades typical black and white or me versus them thinking for wider perspectives and interconnectedness. The third eye chakra has a feminine energy. It is symbolized by the color indigo and an upside down triangle and lotus flower. Elementally, it is associated with light, although some argue that the third eye is associated not with any specific element, but with everythingness. Its mantra is I see, okay, which makes sense since it is an eye, right? Okay, so there's actually a physical place on Earth that is representative of the third eye. Just as the 7 chakras exist in the human body, so too do they exist on our planet. The third eye chakra is perhaps the most interesting on the Earth's chakras because it does not have a permanently fixed location. Instead, it can shift locations on Earth, supposedly in coordination with the constellations or the rotation of the Earth on its axis. Another name for the third eye chakra is the Aeon Activation Center, which reflects the belief that its location changes in every new astrological age or eon. The current age of Aquarius determines that the third eye lies with the heart chakra at Glastonbury, England. I feel like Glastonbury has come up quite a bit recently. Apparently Glastonbury is the place to be. So if you're from Glastonbury, do a little happy dance, I guess. This location is expected to shift to Brazil with the coming age of Capricorn. For reference, astronomers believe each astrological age to last between 2100 and 2500 years. So let's talk about when our third eye is blocked or out of alignment and what that looks like for us as individuals, okay? So when the energy of the third eye chakra is out of alignment or not flowing freely, a variety of physiological, mental, emotional, and spiritual ailments can pop up. For one thing, one might notice physical signs like tension in the brow area, headaches, eye strain, blurred vision, sinus issues, hearing problems, or dizziness. Cognitive indicators of an unbalanced third eye chakra may include disassociation, issues concentrating, nightmares, sleep disturbances, mental fog, and confusion. And this is not intended to replace any advice or evaluation by a qualified medical doctor, you guys. So if you're experiencing these things, first make sure that you're okay, and then as long as everything checks out, then start to look into the more spiritual components of why these things are happening. Oh no, Jasmine, then you need to be listening to this part right now. Okay. Meanwhile, common emotional cues are self-doubt, worry, overthinking, closed-mindedness, feeling lost, or relying on others for validation and permission. Now, I feel like, actually, let me just finish this and then I'll continue my thought. Lastly, some spiritual ailments which point back to the third eye include a lack of confidence in one's path or purpose, feeling an absence of intuition, being too rooted in the physical world to heed higher guidance and wisdom, or being too rooted in daydreams to focus on present reality. Now, I have to say, this makes a whole lot of sense for what's happening right now on this planet, because we're in the process of changing our density level. So we're going from like the third density into the fourth density. And you notice that there's a tremendous amount of polarity and also a tremendous amount of people that are questioning what the heck is happening right now and what is their place on Earth. I mean, just take, for example, the fact that we've had to quarantine. We have been forced inside. So we have been forced to introspect everything that we're doing right now. We're forced to look at who we are as people with a more honest viewpoint and perspective. And that is really, really scary and very hard for most people. Even the people who are the most woke, or the people that are the most fluid or spiritual, that's a hard thing to do. That is real life shadow work, which can be so challenging because you have to look at what's going on with yourself and your life. And that third eye is essential for that type of practice, to see very clearly what is happening with you and what is happening in your life that needs to either change or that needs to be focused on, which could be both, actually. So feeling lost, feeling that you're overthinking and that you're closed-minded, that things how they used to be now need to change into something different. That can be really, really hard. And having an open mind or an open vision about how things need to look for you in order for them to be the best version of how they need to be, that is going to be essential. This needs to be essential to see it the most clearly, okay? So don't be surprised if you see a lot of people having this exact same challenge, this worry, this overthinking, this feeling lost, like you're just stuck in this situation that you can't get out of. Opening up your perspective to new things and to change and to challenge your own perspective, that is how the third eye is going to help you. It's going to help you move out of this stuckness and this feeling like, why the hell can I not make a difference in my own life? Your third eye is going to help you get out of it by opening it and by understanding that there's more than just what your physical eyes are showing you in front of you. Okay? So there's my rant. So One way to bring the third eye chakra back into alignment is through physically moving the body in ways that target the third eye region. For one thing, yoga asanas like fish pose, shoulder stand, and child's pose can be conducive to moving energy through this area. A lot of that is because it forces blood flow into that area. So if you've ever done a fish pose, you're lying on your back and your head is facing back and hitting the ground. And the same thing with the shoulder stand. It's forcing blood back up into that area, so that way it causes more circulation, more nutrients and oxygen to hit that area in your brain. So it makes sense that those yoga asanas would help with opening that third eye, okay? So this person lists some different yoga videos that you can look up on YouTube. One of them's called Yoga and Affirmations for Intuition and Insight, Third Eye Chakra Yoga Sequence, and Third Eye Balancing Flow. So if you're interested in doing yoga, if you're a yogini or a yoga instructor, this would be like the things that you would look at. Well, of course, if you're a yoga instructor, you probably know all this. But anyway, here are some different yoga classes that you can attend that would be helpful. Okay, so further, it can be helpful to consistently focus on releasing tension in the head, face, and neck, which can block the flow of energy to and from the third eye. So harnessing a variety of cognitive and emotional tools can help balance the third eye chakra as well. Visualization, for example, which makes sense because we're working with another eye, right? Is one way of using the mind and the focus to benefit the third eye. One visualization is to imagine light flowing in and out of the center of the forehead, cleansing the third eye of any stuck or negative energy. And it's very, very helpful to allow what is coming in to be bright white energy, or even the color indigo, okay, because that is directly reflected of the third eye. And then just imagine what is being released to be whatever it needs to be for you, okay, without resistance, without feeling like it needs to be anything else, just let it go, okay? But imagining what is coming in to be very positive, loving, and healing light, okay? Meditation in general is perhaps the most powerful tool for bringing the third eye chakra into alignment. This can be as simple as choosing to sit in silence and stillness in order to grow in touch with the self and the feelings. This can lead to awareness and clarity, as well as teach us how to listen to inner guidance and intuition. Or follow a guided meditation designed specifically for the third eye chakra. Both things are super, super helpful. Another thing I want to put in here is because there's a lot of people that have problems with just sitting down and just being in quiet. They're like, I gotta move, I gotta do things in order, and I don't have time to like do the things. I have to say that there's always a little bit of time. There's always like 5 minutes that are in your car. I digress. If you need to move during your meditation, which I completely and totally understand, meditate while you move. Meditate while you walk, while you're working out. Allow these visualizations to come in and out through your third eye. Don't do any sort of things where you're like resisting what's coming in as far as like the light. So if you are working out and that's how you allow yourself to open your mind and allow yourself to breathe and focus, then that is your meditation. That is your moving prayer. Okay? That is all right. If you're one of those people, that you can do this. You can get this meditation in even if you're not sitting down. You can meditate while you move your body, and that is just as healing, just as wonderful, and just as powerful, okay? Even consider a sound meditation. Hey, we just did something like that with the singing bowl. So sound meditation, especially for people that have a very active mind, is very, very, very helpful because it forces your body into that vibration. This vibration, this 852 hertz frequency, this A note, forces your body into that vibration, which is generally higher for the most part, especially if you're feeling kind of gross and not with it. This higher vibration is going to force your body to come up into that vibration. So it's really great and really important and useful to have things like a singing bowl or even just those little tiny Tibetan singing bowls. Those are wonderful and very, very helpful to bring up your vibration, especially if you're trying to open up this third eye. This baby is tremendous. So by slowly verbalizing, so she's talking about using your throat as a sound meditation. So vocalizing this sound meditation, okay? By slowly verbalizing the seed syllable Aum, A-U-M. The vibrational energy targets the third eye region to open energy flow there, okay? Note that this syllable is pronounced with an O, a vowel sound, not an ow vowel sound, okay? So it's an Om, not an ow, Om, okay? So we're opening up our throat, we're opening up that syllable, that vibration to target this area, okay? Open-mindedness is also important for the third eye because of its connection to perception, wisdom, and guidance. Growing a stronger personal sense of open-mindedness is possible by actively stretching one's perspective through day-to-day activities, whether it's trying a new cuisine, reading literature by authors of different backgrounds, or listening to a new genre of music. Diversity is key here. And isn't that just the hot button issue right now? Is diversity. And that is directly related to your third eye, being open-minded and being just, in general, inviting the new in without resistance. Cool, that's rough. That one's not easy for people. But that's how you get more in sync with this divine connection, with this area, is by being open to it, by trying the new things, by being more diverse in your thought processes and how you behave in your life. Okay, after all, each of us is just one individual in a world of nearly 8 billion people. There is so much learning that we have not yet experienced. Plus, the feeling of growth and connectedness, which result from this widening of perspective, are inspiring. Incorporate a handful of affirmations into any of the aforementioned activities to focus in on a state of balance and alignment for the third eye. Or work them into a small part of daily routine, such as morning skincare rituals, or brushing your teeth, or if you're a man, shaving your face, or whatever, if you're shaving in general. Your routine. Put these things into the very short periods of time, and then eventually they will get longer and longer, and then you will have an hourly practice, which will be essential to what you're doing every single day. So some affirmations for the third eye chakra could be, and these are great, I love these. I honor and trust my intuition. I learn from my experiences. I am connected to the universe. I have clarity and peace of mind. I look both inward and outward for wisdom. I am receiving and I am trusting. So man, those ones are, I don't know about you guys, but I felt those as I said them out loud. It is for reals. Especially the, I honor and trust my intuition. And if you are somebody who relies on your empathic abilities, that is something that resonates very, very deeply. Other solutions for a troubled third eye chakra include aromatherapy, crystals, which we are going to get to very, very soon here, and healthier diet modifications. And I know some of you, even me, are kind of like, oh, okay, with the diet, I understand. But it's true, like in order for you to have like any sort of healing in your body, you got to give it the fuel. I mean, you can't expect like a vehicle to run great on crap fuel. You got to give it like the good stuff in order for it to run well and like get its oil changed and do all. Same thing with your body. The appropriate maintenance needs to occur in order for it to optimally perform, right? I know. Everyone's like, I know all that. I'll eat the kale later. Anyway, using essential oils like frankincense, rosemary, sandalwood, patchouli, and myrrh can help realign the third eye. The same can be done by introducing deep blue and purple foods into the diet. And what is mystical? Yes, me too, Rebecca, me too. The same can be done by introducing deep blue and purple into the diet. So I'm like thinking like blueberries and eggplant, which is, let me just tell you, eggplant is my least favorite. But you know what? If it's gonna realign the third eye, I'm going to be open-minded, right? We're going to be open-minded about eating the eggplant, aren't we? Okay. Lastly, writing or journaling to find clarity, especially through a dream journal, can be helpful in gaining wisdom and opening the third eye chakra. Now, the dream journal especially can be extraordinarily helpful, because how many times have you had this like crazy wackadoo dream just to come and find that it actually meant something, but then you forgot like the little inner details of it because you didn't write it down? Write it down. Write it down in your dream journal. Even if it's just like 5 minutes when you wake up, just write it down really quick, sloppy, doesn't matter, as long as you can read it. It makes a huge difference later on when something's happening and you're like, oh my God, this thing happened in my dream. There's your third eye trying to like get up in your business and tell you what's going on, right? Okay, write it down. It makes a huge difference, guys. Okay, so the element of the third eye chakra is light. Therefore, immersing oneself in a light-filled environment could create more mindfulness of the third eye chakra and help to realign it. One great geographical region in which to do this is the Arctic Circle. And I know that my husband is a huge fan of the Arctic Circle because it's so, so beautiful and quiet and immensely awesome. So the Arctic Circle, if you know anything about that, it has, during the summer season, there is light 24 hours a day. It does not get dark. And of course, on the other end, it'll be dark 24 hours a day on the winter side. But during the summer months, it never gets dark. So that's why they're bringing this up, right? Where the northern lights are visible. So choose a location in Northern Europe, like Sweden, Norway, Finland, Iceland, or Russia, or the northernmost parts of North America, like Alaska and Canada. More fascinating still is the fact that many of these places see daylight nearly 24 hours a day during the summer, a phenomenon commonly referred to as the midnight sun. Meanwhile, in the southern hemisphere, the southern lights are visible in New Zealand, Australia, and the Falkland Islands. Okay? Okay, we have discussed ad nauseum the third eye. Oh, maybe not ad nauseum. I think that it's fascinating. I know some of you think it's fascinating. So, but anyway, here we are. That is your third eye. Please let me know if you have any questions about that, because this is like my passion. So we'll go. Oh, do you have a question?
What was the yoga poses for realignment?
Oh, yes. Okay, so the fish pose was one. He asked, what was the yoga poses for realignment? So let me go back to my little things here. I know fish pose was one of them. Shoulder stand and child's pose. So if you're relatively new to yoga, child's pose is very easy. It's very comfortable. It's easily gotten into. Just check in with your body if it's too much stretch for your knees or for your shoulders. Just make sure you're easing into some of these poses. Fish poses is relatively easy. Just make sure you don't have any neck or like shoulder or back issues, because you're really like, oops, going back out like that. You know what I mean? Usually they're pretty easy. Shoulder stand is a little bit more advanced, but just check in with your body before you do these poses, just to be sure that you're in the right place. Don't overextend yourselves. I've said my piece. Okay, so now let's get into the crystals. And are we surprised that I have a lot of crystals for this? We are not. We are not surprised. Okay, I have like a good portion of these. There are like maybe 2 or 3 that I don't have, but you know, it is what it is. We can't have all the crystals. And I'm sure all the people that are obsessed with crystals are like, are you kidding me? I have all the crystals. Okay, so let's start off with sodalite. Now, if you watched last week, you are going to know, so the first 2 are actually sodalite and lapis lazuli. Those are very prominent throat chakra crystals because they're blue. But one thing to note is that the heart, throat, and third eye are very intimately connected. So whenever you get visions or you are experiencing some sort of like vocalizations or truth finding or whatever, all of these things are very connected. So they talk to one another very fluidly. And so you'll find that there are a lot of crystals that are like, the colors are like different, but they're for a different chakra center. So like you'll find blue that will be highly associated with the third eye, like sodalite and lapis lazuli. You'll find that there are some purple or pink that are related to your heart center. It's all good. It's all good things. Like amethyst, I think, is like good for all of the chakras, especially the higher ones, right? It is like the crystal for all the things, but I digress. Sodalite. So this is the one that I have. So this is sodalite, and I'll come up to you guys in a minute. Don't worry. So that, see, it's this really beautiful kind of marbly blue color. I hope the filter isn't making this look weird. Anyway, so this is sodalite. Okay. Now, sodalite is the harmonizing stone, the student stone, and the writer's stone. Sodalite is a blue or blue-violet stone beautifully decorated with earthy tones. It is an ideal stone for focus, balance, and mental clarity. Use sodalite during meditation to ease the frustration and fear that comes with the blocked third eye. Or keep it on your desk when writing or attending meetings to encourage a calm and creative headspace. I absolutely love sodalite. It is one of those things that really helps me connect with this area, especially when I'm utilizing the modality of writing to get out what I need to understand or what needs to be out of my body in a way, okay? It is a great tool for expression through writing or even vocalization, okay? All right, the next one is lapis lazuli. Now I'm actually wearing lapis. This is lapis and pyrite in here. Boop, ba-doop. I don't know if you guys can see that. I love these babies. I put these on while I was doing my tarot reads and my past life readings, and it was just like amazing. Like the connection that it had, it was just unreal. So anyway, lapis is also a blue stone. Now, as you can see, I feel like lapis is more of a deep blue as opposed to sodalite being a little bit softer. But it still has that like kind of white marbling in it. It's so beautiful. I absolutely love lapis. So lapis is the stone of friendship, truth, and total awareness. Though similar in appearance to sodalite, lapis lazuli is known for its intensely rich, deep blue coloration. Lapis lazuli encourages clear communication and psychic order. So it is no wonder that it is known as the stone of friendship. It also connects the user to the dream state, leading to awareness of the self and of the world. This makes it perfect for the big picture outlook associated with the third eye chakra. I absolutely love having lapis. Also, the color blue with lapis and sodalite is very calming. And so if you're in one of those things where we're talking about like where you're worried and you have lots of overthinking and overanalyzation, these stones are amazing for slowing that down, calming you down, finding your center, and allowing this to start to unblock and start to clear out, and allows you to think more clearly with more grounded but still higher perspective. So we're grounding out that like overstimulated thought process and connecting with higher thought processes and gaining a higher perspective. Okay? So, sodalite and lapis. So the third one, again, is a blue stone, azurite. So I actually have a podcast episode that I just did on this, and it's on YouTube and then also Anchor. And we talk about azurite, and it is one of the most beautiful blue apart from lapis and sodalite. Now, the only ones that I have is like the azurite is it's mixed with another. I don't have just plain azurite, but it's a pretty good example anyway. So I'll show you guys in just a sec. So this is azurite. Now this is an azurite and malachite mix, but this is, do you see how beautiful this azurite is? It is absolutely gorgeous. Hi Dad, I see you. So azurite. Here we go guys, azurite right here. So this is the malachite, the green, and then this is the beautiful blue azurite. Do you see? It's absolutely gorgeous. Super deep blue, but still very bright and vibrant. Now the other example of azurite that I have is the azurite that's in K2. Now if you know what K2 is, you know that it's a mountain in Pakistan that is like formidable. But the stone that's associated with it is basically from that mountain. How powerful is that to have a stone that's from one of the most formidable mountains in the world? And the thing that's so unique about it is that it's the granite that's from the peak with azurite inclusions that are naturally in it. I think that is just freaking mind-blowing. So I'm going to show these guys down here. So this is the azurite, and it comes in these like perfectly blue circular formations that's naturally occurring. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so there's the azurite in the granite. Absolutely incredible, right? So that's the azurite that's in K2. So azurite is the stone of heaven. And how appropriate that it's on one of the tallest mountains in the world. Everything just connects so beautifully, doesn't it? I love that. If the earth at its most beautiful was a gemstone, it would look like azurite. But the stone of heaven has energy much more spiritual than simply earthen. Azurite is praised as being an ideal stone for psychic developments, divine guidance, and deeper intuition. If your third eye chakra is blocked, meditating with azurite is one of the best ways to open your mind to balance, productivity, and spiritual awareness. Now, these mixtures of azurite and these stones will work just as well, but there are benefits to having it mixed with the other stones like malachite, which is a very grounding and heart healing crystal. So if you have a lot of blockages here, that malachite is gonna like get it out and ground out all that negativity and start healing the center. Whereas the azurite will do the same, but it'll help open your perspective to new developments and new change that is necessary for that healing process. Now the K2, the granite, will do something similar, except for it will literally help ground out things a little bit faster. It'll help ground out things from every chakra center, whereas the azurite will help open up to new perspectives in your life in general, okay? So anyway, if you just have the azurite, that'll do wonders for this opening perspective. But I like the mixture of the other ones that help ground out some of that energy that needs to get lost. You know what I mean? Okay, moving forward. I don't have this one. It is a dumortierite, and this is the stone of support. So dumortierite is a rare mineral that comes in shades of dusky blue and violet. A third eye chakra in need of healing brings with it a lack of accomplishments, a negative attitude, and a deep mental discomfort. I like that. A mental discomfort. That's a great way of saying it. I can't tell you how many times I've actually felt that and didn't know how to articulate that beautifully. So well done to this author. Dumortierite soothes these effects, promoting courage, positivity, and harmony. It is also associated with self-discipline and organization, making an ideal stone to use if you feel disconnected from your goals. So this is really good for people who are pretty like they have a pretty strong drive to get things done and to do things in their life, but sometimes fall short of getting some of those things done. Dumortierite will help you find clarity in how to get those things and those goals accomplished with more meaning. Okay? So, oh, I love this one. I love all of the stones, really. Actually, I gotta get it out of my bag here because I put it in a different spot. Okay. So, labradorite. Ooh, I love labradorite. Okay. I'm going to go down here, guys. I'm not forgetting about you, okay? Don't worry. Labradorite. Now, on camera, it can be really hard to get some of the... Oh, there we go. Ah, look at how beautiful that is. That opalescence, that little shine. Oh, I love it. It's so lovely. Labradorite. My baby is up top on Instagram. Isn't she lovely? Yeah, labradorite. Okay. So, labradorite is one of my most favorite stones because there's a protection piece of it that is very, very helpful. Labradorite is psychically just like a shield, if you will. It is very lovingly protective, and it also helps with this connection. It's a very, very powerful connection that's built when you meditate with labradorite. So it is like, I'm wearing some right now. I mean, are we surprised about that? Because I loves it so much. This is actually, I stole this from my husband to use for this. So anyway, labradorite. Love me some labradorite. Okay, so labradorite is a stunningly beautiful, it's the protecting stone. That's what it says here. Stunningly beautiful iridescent blue stone woven through with the colors of a nebula. It is the ideal stone for warding off negative energies, such as the negative outlooks and mentalities associated with a blocked third eye chakra. The sixth chakra is one that can be blocked from both the front and the back. A block in the front leads to inability to take action, while a block in the back leads to action without thought. Labradorite opens up the third eye chakra while almost protecting it from all sides of negative forces. How interesting is that? I miss you too, Julie. Okay, so anyway, that is labradorite. I highly recommend that stone, especially if you are just beginning this spiritual journey. It is one that is immensely protecting and also immensely connecting as well. So if you're in need of like having either this area being opened, which I feel like a lot of us are, even me, who have been doing this for quite a while now, even me, I feel like I need that all the time. So it's one of those things, in addition to like amethyst, that you should have in your arsenal. Okay? All right. So the next thing is iolite. And not a lot of people know about the beautiful little iolite, but it also has a lot of blue and purple associated with it. But it's so dark that sometimes it can be hard to see. So iolite. Here is the beautiful iolite. Do you mind shutting that door for me, babe? Okay. Iolite. Beautiful, right? It is the deep indigo blue and violet variations of cordierite. Iolite is the perfect gemstone to balance various aspects of yourself, whether that be the male and female sides of your character, your creative and practical inclinations, or your physical and spiritual activities. It has a gentle energy that raises consciousness and balances the chakras with one another, primarily the third eye and crown chakras. It is also favored by shamans for its association with clairvoyance and astral travel. So do you want to look at this one? Yeah. All right. So absolutely love iolite, especially for that like astral travel bit, because I'm sort of like trying to get into that. And so having that little piece just help with that is like amazing. So on to the next one, my loves. So the next one is amethyst. Now I totally forgot my giant piece of amethyst, but it's okay. I still have this little beautiful purple geode. And then I also have a couple of polished ones here that I'll show you guys. So this is the geode, and you can get giant ones of this. So Lisa, it actually, the size of it doesn't really matter. I mean, sometimes you get like that amplification. So the question was, for my Instagram people, how does the size affect the efficacy of the stone? Really, it's just, honestly, I don't feel like it matters too much. If you really love how that stone makes you feel, having more of it will only help amplify that effect. So having more of it will just maybe help you, give you more of that sensation associated. But just having a little piece is just as effective as having a gigantic geode. So, you know, it just depends on what you are feeling you need in your body, okay? Having a giant piece of it is like amazing, but it has to really, how you feel about what it's doing in you is really what we need to be paying attention to. So I feel totally fine with having this little piece, whereas, you know, some people are like, oh no man, I need the big geode in order to feel good. Get your big geode and vibe it up, my love. Like do the things, all the things. So you're welcome. Please let me know if you have any other questions. So yeah, this is amethyst. This is just a little geode of amethyst. And this is very, very popular. I feel like lots of people have little geodes and stuff like that. And here is a polished version. So you can see they can go darker or lighter. This one has more of a chevron effect. So this is like the chevron type of amethyst. You see like the little boop boop, and then this one's just like that deep purple. Okay, so this is good if you put it right. I miss you too. So these are, amethyst is like, you know, if you're into spiritual practice, this is like the main thing. Like you want to have, this is like your starter set, your starter crystal, okay? All right, so let's talk a little bit about what amethyst is and what it does. So amethyst is the stone of spirituality. This is why we like, if you're getting into spiritual practice, get yourself some amethyst, right? Okay, so stone of spirituality, contentment, peace, and meditation. So amethyst is a semi-translucent quartz famous for its purple coloration. Meditating with amethyst has a variety of benefits. It can create a doorway between the crown and the third eye chakras, allowing the energy of the universe to flow through the chakras and renew the spirit. It is also associated with memory formation, sleep quality, focus and self-reflection, and emotional, mental, and spiritual balance, all of which unblocks the third eye. So this is why this crystal is sort of like the foundation for which a lot of, you know, crystal building and spiritual building is based upon. Let me see, does Bianca carry? Yes, Bianca definitely has labradorite. Like I feel like if you go into any crystal shop, labradorite is pretty well stocked in most crystal shops. You're gonna find yourself some labradorite if you go to a crystal shop. Same thing with, sorry, I'm chewing gum. Same thing with amethyst. I feel like those are very well-known crystals that most crystal shops are going to carry with them. So, yes, my love, please go pick up some labradorite. It is amazing. So, yes, so the amethyst, I love that it is one of those things that helps you unblock this channel between the crown, which is your direct connection to divine energy, to your third eye, which is where you're going to see and understand what this communication is, okay? Which is tremendous for your spirituality. Okay, so that's amethyst. Let's talk about fluorite. And I have a big old hunk of fluorite. I'm really excited to show you guys this because I'm real proud of this baby. So this is green fluorite. It does have a little bit of purple in it. Don't worry, you guys, it's coming, I promise. So this is fluorite. Isn't it so pretty? Oh, fluorite. Oh yeah, isn't she so pretty? I loves her. Okay, this is my fluorite. Okay, this also comes in, so fluorite is a very versatile stone. It comes in many different colors. We're gonna focus on like more like the purpley fluorite. Even some of the green is very useful for opening the third eye. Okay, so fluorite is the stone of discernment and aptitude. It is a pastel gemstone that comes in a wide variety of blues, greens, and purples. A lot of times you can find them all in one fluorite like pedestal or like a wand or a pyramid. You can find all the colors in one piece of fluorite, and it's absolutely astonishing and beautiful, which is great, especially because it balances all of those chakras that are associated with those colors. So you're getting like more bang for your buck if you get like that piece that has all the colors associated. So anyway, different variations of fluorite have unique benefits in meditation. Blue fluorite helps with spiritual awakening, and green fluorite enhances intuition. But it is the purple fluorite that is most beneficial for stimulating and unblocking the third eye chakra. Fluorite opens the mind and removes distractions and creative blocks, allowing the third eye chakra to heal and focus. So that's like where we want to get, you know, really situated is the purple fluorite. But all of those things, the blue and the green, so, you know, the blue stimulating, unblocking, blue being, helps with spiritual awakening, and the green enhancing intuition. All those are associated with your third eye as well. So any of those are going to help you with that, but it's the purple that's really going to like do the big thing for your third eye, especially with like unblocking it. Okay, so the next one is another one of my favorites. I feel like I've said that about every single one of these crystals. I'm like, that's my favorite. All of them are favorite. We just established that all the crystals are Lorelei's favorites at this point. But anyway, I have a neat little story associated with charoite. So this is charoite. Now, a lot of times, if you're not looking close enough, you might get charoite confused with amethyst just because it's such a beautiful deep purple. Let me show you what I mean. So this is amethyst, right? See, it's a little bit more see-through, but it's still like that deep purple. Okay, you see what I mean? But then you also have the charoite. It's more solid, so it's not like that see-through, but it also has like the little black and white inclusions. Okay, so charoite generally is a little bit more like swirly with the white and the black. Amethyst looks more like quartz, like it has like the clear translucentness that's associated with it. Okay, so charoite, actually, funny enough, I was getting energy healing, so I was getting Reiki done, and the Reiki practitioner put stones on each one of my chakras, and she put a stone on here, and it was just, I felt like it was like just getting in there. It was almost like putting hydrogen peroxide on a cut, although sans pain, right? It wasn't painful at all, but I felt that like bubbly sensation happening, going like all the way through to my third eye, and it was just like this intense sensation. So afterward, I asked her, I was like, what stone did you put on my third eye? And she said it was charoite. So yeah, maybe some charoite for the third eye would be pretty, I mean, because it worked really well for me. Hopefully it'll work well for you guys. So charoite is the stone of divine trust, healing, and the purple ray. So charoite is a highly protective stone that aids spiritual healing and brings the added vibration of being of service. The stimulus of this purple stone will assist the process as it empowers you to merge the energy of the etheric chakras into the depths of your being. It is a powerful stone to aid you to anchor divine light into the body via your higher etheric chakras, including your soul star or your 8th chakra, which is right above your head. Okay, that's your soul star or your 8th chakra. Okay, so that's charoite. Now on to tanzanite. I don't have tanzanite, but we're going to talk about that anyway. Okay, because it's a really extraordinary stone. I actually had to like delete a lot of my notes about tanzanite because it was like getting way too much. So it's a good one. Tanzanite is the stone of transformation, healing, and psychic abilities. So this lovely violet blue stone primarily activates the heart chakra, which links with the third eye chakra via the throat chakra. The linkage of the 3 chakras is a powerful vibration that will open you up to totally new way of looking at the world. Tanzanite crystals will create a link within you to the higher heart, or the thymus chakra, which is right here. Okay, so you have your heart here, your thymus is right here. And actually there's a really interesting thing that you can do to help with anxiety, where, hopefully I don't lose my place here, where you tap on your thymus. So your thymus is right here. You find your sternum, and it's directly in between the hollow of your throat and in between your nipples. So you go like this, and you can even say, that feels nice. So if you do this tapping and you do some breath work, and you can even say some intentions and affirmations, and that really helps calm you down with some breath and with the tapping. Try it out. It's bonkers. It works really, really well. So higher heart chakra, or your thymus. Let's see if I can find where I left off here. Oh dear. Okay, let me see. Like the higher heart chakra, thymus. This is also going to stimulate within many people an amazing feeling of divine love. I found where I was at. I like it when I can do that. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. The power of the violet flame is known to enable healing within all the higher chakras of the body. From there, this beautiful violet energy moves down and into the heart chakra, linking up all the chakras. This wonderful and powerful energy brings through the power of the divine mind and the process of spiritual enlightenment. These spiritual attributes make this purple crystal a powerful asset to use for spiritual growth and spiritual healing. Abilities such as clairaudience, also known as psychic hearing, clairvoyance, and other psychic gifts may be both awakened and accelerated. Now, if you don't know what clairvoyance is, it just means clear seeing. So that is directly related with your third eye. Now, clairaudience is also related to your third eye because you're hearing from a different perspective. You're hearing from not a physical, like it is more of like internal hearing, okay? All right, so let me move on here to, that was it about tanzanite. All right, I don't have this this stone either. So both of these ones, actually, all of the ones that I don't have are a little bit harder to acquire, or they're just really expensive. So this one is sapphire. Now, sapphire is the stone of the blue ray, lucid dreams, and aids in the birth of psychic gifts. So this is really, really good if you're trying to tap into that psychic energetic, that ability to see and hear and understand with a much higher perspective, okay? So these blue crystals embody the energy of the blue ray, which is known to be highly stimulating to both the throat chakra and the third eye chakra. Their vibration may assist you to communicate more competently and to speak your truth when required, as well as helping with the emergence of potential inner visionary gifts. These blue stones generally assist your communication ability, as well as helping to stimulate any untapped psychic communication gifts, and will help to align the throat chakra with the third eye, which is essential when you're trying to do any kind of psychic work, because you want to be able to vocally translate anything that you're seeing and understanding or hearing more clearly, especially if you're doing like a read or something like that, or if it's just for yourself. You want to be able to vocally communicate that, articulate that with clarity, right? Okay, so stimulating untapped psychic communication, yeah. Part of the reason they work so well is to trigger the birth of psychic gifts is because they have a strong stimulating action within the third eye chakra. Okay, now the last one is lepidolite. And I actually have two really great examples of lepidolite. I will come to you guys in a minute, don't worry. So this is a raw version of lepidolite, and this is like a pyramid or a spire or a wand or however you want to call it. But this is also lepidolite. See guys, raw lepidolite. And then this is a spire or a pyramid or a wand of lepidolite. Now, just off of the top of my head, lepidolite is one of those things that's amazing to have next to your bed when you're sleeping, because it has this tremendous amount of anti-anxiety and anti-stress that's associated with it, and because it has, what is it? I think it's lithium that's in it. And just that mineral composite in and of itself is known to help with decreasing anxiety and depression. So if that's, and even help aiding in the process of addiction, like, you know, that sort of thing. So if you have like tendencies toward like, you know, utilizing alcohol or drugs or even food or anything like that, that's that can be like addictive, lepidolite is really great with helping assist you past that, okay? To help slow things down and help you gain a little bit of clarity and feel better in your body, okay? So let's talk about lepidolite. It is the stone of positivity, heart healing, and rest. So lepidolite is an excellent stress relief stone as it contains lithium. Lithium is a soothing, calming mineral that will help you if you are feeling anxious, stressed, or depressed. It brings emotional healing and helps you get deeper into meditation. It has a positive vibration that stimulates positive coincidence or synchronicity, and it has some useful healing properties. Its action to assist grief and to relieve stress, and its spiritual healing attributes make it a powerful crystal. This crown chakra and third eye chakra stone is a feast of good vibes. It balances hormone cycles, stabilizes the body and mind, and taps into those powers of intuition and trust, not to mention the ability to finally find our place in this cosmic universe. Okay, so that is all of the crystals for the third eye, you guys, that I have today. And there's a lot. There are, I mean, just as it is with every chakra, there is a crystal that's associated with it. But these are the ones that I find are my favorite. Also, I wanted to show you guys this book that, or a couple of different books. If you're interested in working in crystals, which if you're watching this, you probably are. These are great books to get if you are interested in this whole process and finding crystals that work for you. This is Crystals for Beginners by Karen Fraser. This is the Crystal Bible by Judy Hall. They're fantastic books to start with. And also, if you're just interested in the third eye and understanding what your pineal gland is and how that works and how you can activate your meditation more meaningfully, Bianca has written a book called Activate Your Pineal Gland. It is an amazing read. She did an amazing job. You can get this, I think, at Target, and she has it at the Crystal Shop. I'm not sure if it's on Amazon because I bought it at the Crystal Shop. But anyway, you want to get this book to help understand what your pineal gland does, how it works in your body and your spiritual practice, and how to keep it open, flowing, and unblocked. Okay, you guys? That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, be sure to go to my website at www.thirdeyewithlorelei.com, and that's 3RD, not THIRD, with Lorelei.com. You can always DM me on Instagram or on Facebook. Ask me all the questions and all the things. You can check out my podcast where I talk about everything under the sun about metaphysics, and I bring in lots of interesting people to talk to, interviews, to talk about different perspectives, and it's really, really great. All right, you guys, that covers the third eye crystal class for this week. I love you all so, so much, and I hope that this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, love and light to you all.